So, I can't remember when I ever stood up on a stage and read from a script. I don't like to read from scripts. However, in the case of our inaugural Lifetime Achievement awardee, my memory just ain't that good because it just wouldn't fly. Terry Gibbs has had the most amazing career, stretching over 80 years. So here are just a few of the highlights. In 1936, at the age of 12, Terry won the Major Bowes Amateur Hour Award. Major Bowes was one of the most popular radio shows of the day. Terry later began professionally touring, and he almost never stopped. He has played with virtually everyone worth mentioning. He played with the big bands Buddy Rich, Woody Herman, Benny Goodman. He went on to jam with Charlie Parker. He played with Dizzy Gillespie, Bud Powell, Buddy DeFranco, and many, many more of the great beboppers. He recorded over 80 CDs as a leader. Terry wrote over 250 songs, recorded by the showstoppers of the day. Nat King Cole, George Shearing, Cannonball Adderley, Les Brown, and on, not the least of which was the Terry Gibbs Dream Band, which he formed in 1959. The Dream Band won the Downbeat International Award as the best band in the world, and that was without ever leaving California. That band recorded 6 CDs, all of which are still selling, and they're collector's items all over the world. And I'm pleased to report that I have all of them. Terry won the Downbeat Magazine Award as the #1 vibes player in the world 5 years in a row. He received the UCLA Duke Ellington Jazz Masters Award and was inducted into the ASCAP Wall of Fame, the Rutgers University Hall of Fame, the Percussive Arts Society Hall of Fame, and the LA Jazz Society Hall of Fame. See why I needed a script? He received the Lionel Hampton Award from the University of Idaho. On September 14th, 1997, the city of Los Angeles proclaimed that day the Terry Gibbs Day. As if that weren't enough, his TV credits include music director for Regis Philbin, for Operation Entertainment, an ABC variety show, and for the Steve Allen Show for the last 17 years of Steve's life. In 2004, Terry's autobiography, Good Vibes, A Life in Jazz, won the ASCAP Deems Taylor Award and the Recording Industry Award as the best book on jazz, and it's still selling. He recorded his last CD in 2016 at the age of 92. Or was it 2017? One of those years. It went to #1 on the jazz charts and stayed there for 2 weeks. However, with all of his professional accomplishments, I think I can truly say that Terry values his family, his beautiful family, more. He adores his beautiful and amazing wife, Rebecca. They've been married for 42 years. Rebecca, his children, his many grandchildren, most of whom are here tonight, they're the lights of his life. It gives me great pleasure to give our very first California Jazz Foundation's Lifetime Achievement Award to my friend, Terry Gibbs, who has always been available to me and to the California Jazz Foundation with advice, contacts, and support. This award will hereinafter be known as the Terry.
Thank you.
Nothing would give me more pleasure than this.
You know, if I know you, I was going to get a standing ovation and that much applause, I would have walked up slower. God, it feels good to be on stage again. I actually retired from playing about 2.5, 3 years ago. Can you read all that again? I don't believe I did all that. Did I do all that? Really? Yes, I did. I'm a very blessed human being, seriously, and thank you very much. I'm going to be 95 years old, and but I got did you see my 2 Uber carriers when they brought me up? I carry her everywhere I go. That's my youngest granddaughter. My little pretty granddaughter. Anyhow, it's really hard to make a speech when you get this kind of an award because it's not like you get one every day, though I did get one every day. I got to thank Edie to start. I didn't believe when Edie started this organization, she told me she's going to start this, and she was such a busy attorney. I thought she's crazy. I mean, I know you love jazz and you go to every concert and every this, but she's going to start one to help jazz musicians. So let me just say this now, with all the credits I've had and what TV shows I've done and writing, I am a jazz musician. I am a bebop jazz musician the rest of my life. And so my point I'm going to get to this, I'm a very blessed one who happened to do well in this business. But there are what you call, you know what studio musicians are? Anyway, they do all the movie work and record dates and TV shows. And most of those guys were jazz players when in the 50s and came out to California when things got slow and got lucky and got in the studios. But the jazz musician who loved jazz that much, where he played for $75, $100, maybe Tuesday, maybe Thursday, they didn't want to do anything but play jazz. It got to a point in their life where they had no money, and that's where Edie, did I thank the California Jazz, did I that foundation at all? I want to thank you. Well, I've been doing it all along anyhow. And I'd like to thank Edie for what she's done, because the jazz musician, once again, gets to a certain point of his life where he has no money coming in. I have some friends of mine who do studio work, and they're great musicians. Amy Richards, for one, who does all the percussive work in town. He was a student of mine back in New York, but he's like the #1 guy here in town. And there's a few other ones, and they get something like $15,000 to $17,000 a month pension because of the union. The union doesn't care about the jazz musician. They never did. So they never got any pension fund or health and welfare, where they're not putting the studio guys down because they can play. But the guy who just wanted to play jazz, and that's all he wanted to do, these people are really helping him so much that the award should go to them. Well, not life, I'll take the Lifetime Achievement Award. I'll take it. But they should get some kind of award from somewhere, and all you people. By the way, let me mention one more thing. This is ridiculous. How many people here are over 85? Anybody? Are you ashamed to admit it? Nobody? Well, let me tell you something. When you get to my age, after you have a dinner like this, you want to fall asleep. So if I'm talking to you, and as if you see me falling asleep, it just happens every day of my life. So anyhow, Edie and the California Jazz Foundation, I thank you very much for this great honor, and thank you all. Thank you.